Tim, a game developer, is in a tense meeting at home when suddenly the connection drops. In those brief moments away from work, he recalls the cherished time spent with his wife, Olivia. He also remembers her pregnancy complications that led to hospitalization. Suddenly, Olivia appears, surprising him. They head downstairs and meet the building manager, Mr. Freeman, who informs them that the renovation is nearly complete and the cover will soon be removed. Just then, a helicopter flies overhead, and he mentions a large fire in the harbor district. They part ways, and Olivia suggests grabbing pizza. They take it to their old car, freshly repaired. While eating, Olivia proposes a drive to Paris, a long-held dream. She reveals she quit her job, feeling they both need a fresh start after the incident. But Tim insists he can't leave his job. He wants to go, just not at this moment. Suddenly, a work call interrupts him. Later that night, they lie in bed, and Olivia is in tears. The next morning, Tim wakes to find Olivia packing her things. She tells him he won't change, so she's leaving. As she reaches for the door, she discovers it's blocked by a strange, futuristic brick. Olivia suspected Tim had done something and asked him to remove it, but he went to investigate too. She checked the window and saw it was covered in bricks. They examined every window, all blocked by the same bricks. Olivia attempted to break through and called for Tim's help. He yelled for assistance, but it was futile. She tried to make a call, but there was no signal. Tim checked the Wi-Fi, but it was completely down. They both searched for a signal, but nothing worked. Tim noticed the phone acted strangely near the wall. Olivia pulled out a drill to break through, and Tim joined her, but they couldn't even make a dent. They tried different spots on the wall, but it was all the same. They were baffled by how someone could seal off an entire building. Suddenly, they heard screams from the next room. They created a hole to look inside and found a man and a woman. The man was anxious, explaining they had just rented the room for the night and now it was completely blocked. He asked if they were in the same predicament, and they confirmed. The man started to panic, prompting the woman to suggest he take a shot. Olivia inquired if they had seen anything unusual at night, but the woman said they had just woken up to this situation. As she panicked, Olivia tried to comfort her. Tim realized the tap wasn't working. They gathered their supplies. Tim compared their situation to a video game, insisting they needed to find a way out, but Olivia criticized her job, leading to an argument. After Olivia left, Tim threw his phone against the brick. While sitting, he noticed something on the brick and discovered it was a chip from the broken phone. The brick seemed to have magnetic properties. Olivia returned, apologizing for their fight. He took a spoon and demonstrated the brick's magnetism, and they collected all the metal objects to place against the wall. Olivia claims the magnetic force is strongest in the squares. She places all the metals on those squares, but soon they start to vibrate and fly towards them. Tim crouches down with Olivia. She quickly realizes that the metals have hurt Tim. She removes them and bandages his wounds. As they sit, they hear a woman screaming from the next room. They rush to the wall and call out, but receive no response, prompting them to create a larger hole to enter the room. Tim grabs a bat while Olivia takes pepper spray. They search for the woman and find her lying beside the bed. Olivia helps her while Tim looks for the man. Suddenly, the man leaps at Tim and pins him down. Olivia arrives and sprays the man. Tim attempts to strike him, but the woman defends the man, insisting he didn't harm her. She explains she was trying to break the brick and accidentally hurt herself. She assures them he will never hurt her. They might have overindulged the previous night. Tim ties the man's hands, stating it's just temporary until the drugs wear off. The woman introduces herself as Anna and the man as Marvin. Tim explores the apartment and discovers a storage room. He breaks it open and finds a large hammer, which he uses to try to break down the brick door. However, Marvin, now awake, warns him that he will only damage the weapon. Tim inquires about the attack, but Marvin is shocked when Anna reveals everything and advises him against using so much dope. Olivia, an architect, proposes a plan. She suggests they head to the basement since the building was constructed during the war and a bomb shelter is likely present. Some shelters connect to the subway system, providing an escape route. They begin to break through the floor. Marvin suspects someone is playing tricks on them and thinks the building manager might be responsible. They break the floor open, and Tim goes down to call their neighbor, Mr. Oswald, who arrives with a gun. He orders Tim back upstairs, unwilling to share his supplies. Olivia and the others plead, explaining their plan, but he dismisses them and suggests they find another way. When his granddaughter Leah arrives, she insists they can escape together. Her determination convinces him to help. They all descend, and Tim frees Marvin, instructing him to break the floor to aid his detox. Meanwhile, Olivia chats with Leah, who is trying to contact her girlfriend after a fight. Leah mentions waking at 4 a.m. for the washroom, only to find the place sealed with bricks upon her return. Suddenly, Tim spots a detector and opens it, discovering a camera inside. He asks Mr. Oswald if he installed it, but he denies it, stating Mr. Friedman set up all the detectors. Tim checks another room, breaks open another detector, and finds yet another camera. Marvin remarks that they're being played like in Squid Game, with someone watching them, and Mr. Friedman is the game master. Olivia suggests they confront him since he lives next door. They break through the wall into his room, only to find him dead, bleeding by the door, with both hands missing. Marvin feels nauseous and heads to the washroom, followed by Anna. Olivia begins to panic, and despite Tim's attempts to soothe her, she leaves the room. Tim checks Mr. Friedman's phone and finds pictures of the wall. They continue breaking the floor, shaken by their discovery. Olivia shows Tim a news article about a fire, questioning if it's related. Suddenly, with a loud crash, the floor gives way, and Tim, Marvin, and Anna tumble down. Olivia descends to assist him. Marvin and Anna gather themselves. Leah prepares to leave, but Mr. Oswald insists on going alone, handing her the gun. She insists he join her. As they descend, a man arrives, praising their entrance. He introduces himself as Yuri, a friend of Anton, visiting for a few days. He questions why they are breaking the floor and what their plan is. They explain, but he laughs, claiming the brick is a high-tech defense against attacks. Tim asks for proof of his theory, leading Yuri into conspiracy theories about the deep state and New World Order. Olivia inquires about Anton, and Yuri reveals his dead body, stating he collapsed, likely from heart failure while studying the bricks. They express their condolences and debate whether the outside is contaminated and if they should venture out. Marvin, Anna, and Olivia decide to take their chances outside, preferring that to being trapped. They exit the room while Leah stays to examine Anton's work. Yuri mentions that worrying about the wall stresses him out and takes the paper. Leah joins the others, and they break through the floor to the basement, searching for the tunnel. They find it, but discover the door blocked by the same brick. Marvin loses control, attacking the wall with a hammer. Tim tries to intervene, and Mr. Oswald aims his gun at Marvin. Marvin calms down but suddenly grabs the gun and fires at the wall. The bullets stop near the brick and vibrate. Tim yells for everyone to duck, and they all do, but Mr. Oswald, unable to duck, gets shot. Leah rushes to him, asking for help, but when Marvin approaches, she screams at him. They wake Yuri, demanding to know how Anton opens the brick wall. He claims everything outside is contaminated, and they're safer here. Tim fires a shot and questions if the Epsilon Company built the wall and why. Anton explains it was designed as a defense against attacks. Olivia wonders if everything outside is indeed contaminated, asking why Ampton wanted to go out. Anton thinks it's a system malfunction due to the fire. Marvin Sockram supports Anton's theory. Anna arrives with news, revealing Anton was working on his laptop. Tim realizes he was programming an app to unlock the brick. They witness Yuri smashing his laptop and phone. They retrieve the broken phone and connect it to the computer, concluding the phone acts as a key while the wall squares or locks. Anton used the phone's flash, an electromagnetic wave, to unlock the brick door. Tim reverse engineers the app, and they approach the wall to open it. The app activates, marking the squares like a button. They click randomly, triggering the phone's flash, and the wall transforms into a portal. Anna touches it, feeling warmth, insisting they must go through. Marvin, watching Yuri, warns her to pull back, but she can't as something pulls her in. The others try to pull her back, but she moves deeper into the wall. Suddenly, it begins to close. As the door shuts, they fall, leaving Anna's half-body behind. Marvin is heartbroken while Yuri laughs. In anger, and himself. Olivia and Tim sit on the floor, devastated. Feeling it's the end, she confesses to Tim how crushed she was when they lost their child, needing him when he shut her out. Tim reassures her that she hasn't left him, and he's grateful for that. She reacts because of her love for him. They make amends and once again choose to seek a solution. They launch the app and notice that each button flashes differently. 6 times, 4 times, once, and twice. They analyze the footage to determine the sequence Anton followed. They descend, prepared to test it on the wall when Yuri, who is alive, attacks Tim. He then advances toward Olivia, causing her to fall into the basement. Tim pursues and shoves him into the basement. He jumps in and, along with Olivia, rushes to the door. Yuri follows closely behind. They try to shut the door, but Yuri forces it open. Tim gives Olivia the phone and tells her to unlock the door. Olivia opens it, but Yuri manages to enter, and they both engage in a struggle to choke each other, with Yuri overpowering Tim and pinning him down. Tim urges Olivia to flee on her own. Just as Yuri is about to stab him, Olivia hits him with a hammer. They then make their way to the tunnel and escape through it. They find that the entire neighborhood is encased in bricks. Spotting their car, they climb in, ready to head to Paris. The radio reports a state of emergency in the city. A fire at Epsilon Nanotech Industries has triggered a secret nano defense system that was developed in utmost secrecy.